I think we're feeling pretty good. Like, we'll take another shutout. Like, I just think this defensive unit works so well together and just works so hard. So we're definitely proud of the shutout. But obviously, like, we wanted the 3 points. That's our standard. But can never complain about the shutout. Yeah, I mean, she's obviously a player that demands a lot of respect. A really, really talented player. We did a lot of preparation this week. Did a lot of film. Went through a lot of defensive strategies. So I think with that, just doing a lot of visualization. But then at the end of the day, trusting my instincts and trusting in the support of the players around me. And, breaking down a low block is kind of a different challenge, but it is something we've worked on this year and something we've practiced. It's just a little different approach. Like, you got to be patient, got to be clean with your passes because you can get complacent while they're sitting back, and that's what they're looking for is just one errant pass to counterattack, like you said. But I think we did a good job of staying disciplined and moving the ball well. I mean, I think it's just the heart of this team. Like, everyone is just willing to work so hard, like, for each other, and I think that's what drives us. And the way we just push each other day in and day out in training. Oh, that's awesome. Honestly, I'm honored, but it was a collective defensive effort tonight, so I'm proud of the whole group for that. It brings a lot of joy. Obviously, like you said, Anna's been big time, but this whole defensive unit's been big time. I mentioned this last time, but we really just have so many quality players, like, so many depth and defenders and players all over the field that can step up, play 90 minutes, put in a great shift on any given day. So it's really just a collective effort from the whole group. I think it's just, trusting the process, and trusting in my preparation and everything that got me to this point. I think Penn State prepared me really well. So just relying on that, but also just, this group of players, my teammates have been so amazing and bringing me along this whole season. Their support has been unbelievable, and I feel like I've learned so much from them. So just continuing to grow and take that all in.
Hi, Cori. Congrats on the result. Overall, fantastic game. I wanted to ask you when you guys went on break and Steph kind of in the locker room, what did he say to you guys? Because it seems that when he made the subs came like gung ho, ready to keep that pressure defensively. What was said behind on the break? Thank you.
I mean, we just needed to stay locked in, kind of like Austin was talking about, like, with the way they were sitting off, we know that they were just waiting for their moment to pick us off and go. So just going into the second half, being super disciplined, but also, like, we wanted a goal, we wanted those 3 points. So to still, like, go at them and bring that high energy in the second half.
Right now. What did I say?
We got a Bello, Miss Americana, Strom Bello, the me and Kylie Strom duo. I think that's a favorite.
So you were taking your time because you're probably collecting a ton of French
I was, yeah. Now I'm gonna need to make a lot to return the favor. Well, first of all, I thought Cori Dyke had an unbelievable game. Cori, Anna, I mean, the whole back line, and to kind of end her scoring streak was a big deal. But overall, I think we were really solid. I think we did well managing their transition, and I think we did it in numbers. We got around the ball, got a lot of numbers around the ball. No one was kind of left defending themselves, and we covered for each other. I think after one of the play, I said to Em, like, thanks for having my back. But we know that our teammates have our back, so it really gives us that confidence to defend with intensity. And overall great performance from the defense. I'm really proud. Yes and no. I think we knew transition was their game, right? And we know Chawinga's super fast in transition and dangerous, so we wanted to manage that. But I think it was just seeing where their numbers were and preparing early, But luckily on my side, I think I was still able to get pretty high into the attack depending on the numbers that they had. And it just takes a lot of communication organizing it, but we didn't want to take our foot off the gas at all. We wanted to send numbers forward, get in the box, and leave as many as we needed back to manage their transition. Well, super tough. I mean, we couldn't get one on them tonight, although we had some really incredible chances. I thought we did a great job of breaking them down even when they were in a low block. We had some awesome chances that, their goalkeeper had an incredible game, so I got to hand it to her. But it definitely poses some difficulties, but it's nothing that we haven't seen this season. I think we find ourselves in that situation often. At least we have this season, so we're used to it and we're ready for that challenge. I think the stats speak for themselves. I think oftentimes the defense are the unsung heroes, but we take a lot of pride in that. And like I said, the clean sheets speak for themselves, and at the end of the day, that's what's winning us games, and that's what's putting us at the top of the table. Yes, we're dangerous in the attack, and yes, we're putting goals on teams, but being number one in goals conceded, or U.S. goals conceded, I think that's the difference for us. So, gotta hand it to the back.
No, I think Cori nailed it. I think every game, especially at home, we want to walk away with 3 points. Kansas were a tough nut to crack at times. They got a lot of bodies behind the ball, made it very difficult for us to try and create anything. But I also think there was quite some good opportunities to score as well. I thought, their keeper was phenomenal. I thought, she was busy enough to try and keep them in the game. But yeah, we'll take the positive. Like you said, another clean sheet, another great defensive display. And yeah, we move forward. No, it's incredibly tough. Kansas are a great team. They've got a lot of players who can really hurt you in transition, and obviously we were mindful of that. We probably weren't as brave as we usually are in the middle to attacking third. But I thought, again, we created enough opportunities to try and win it. I think Kansas' game plan was almost a smash and grab kind of game plan. Try and be defensively solid and hit us on the counter attack. There was probably 1 or 2 moments where we lacked a little bit of concentration, but nothing resulted in a goal, which was pleasing. But yeah, it's something that we'll continue to work on in case any team takes that same approach to month or 2. Yeah, she was phenomenal tonight. Probably the biggest test in the league, trying to defend a player like Chawinga. And there's moments where Chawinga gets in behind, but she takes the right angles. She didn't get too tight, and just that understanding of what she needs to do to try and negate moments for Chawinga to face up and get forward. So yeah, big task for her, but she embraced it. She went after it, both in possession and out of possession. And so yeah, I was really pleased with her, and also the back line and goalkeeper. But again, it was a really good defensive effort from everyone. There's moments where the midfielders had to cover that space to eliminate those balls into Chawinga as well, kind of forcing it to the opposite side, and then reading those moments to ultimately change pace and affect the player on the ball down their right hand side. And I thought that was really effective in the second half. Yeah, so that obviously there's a lot of decision making in the process of who should we bring on in these moments. With Kansas being a middle to low block and getting numbers behind the ball, you need those like players who can play in tight spaces, and Evie's that type of player. You could see her trickery in the final third that could have ultimately resulted in a goal. But yeah, those are the type of players you can use in those moments. There's other games where there's a lot of space in behind, and you think about the likes of Julie, Ali, who can come on and make a difference in those areas. So we just thought in that moment the right decision was for Evie to come on and try and get in those difficult areas for defenders to pick her up. And yeah, she did great. We've obviously built her up into this position where we feel like she can come on and change the game. And so, yeah, she's another option for us in the later of the season. You can certainly hear it. You can certainly see that it does make a difference. It's really pleasing to see, because it hasn't always been the case here. The players deserve it, because you can see how much effort and work they're putting into those performances as well. Obviously, we would love to get more people here to come and support these incredible players and what they're doing right now. But tonight was incredible. It was great to see so many fans coming out to support this team.